Go to sleep. Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends. Hey, look, yesterday I got stolen. I was played something different. I tried to do something a little different, and they said no. So here we go. Wednesday, June the 15th, 2022. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Crystal Arnold and Shania Sid and Shania Dempsey. And so, without further ado, Shania and Crystal. Hey, it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'm a son. You know you're a 1 year older today, so a happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey Crystal, hey Shania, and Shania, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wow, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope that you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. It's funny that you would have two Shanias on the same day because that is it's not your most common name, and there's two of them same day. They are not the same people's because, well, I looked it up, and there's two different pictures of two different people, unless one of them got hacked. But these are older friends; they've been around for a little while on my Facebook page. I'm not saying they're older as in age-wise older. I'm just saying that I've had them for friends for a while. So it was prior to all this hackety hack that's going on now. But anyway, I digress. Hey, let's do some Shin Show shout outs. Those are folks that like, love, or just care about the Shin Show. And that would be Martin Kelly, a.k.a. Smiley, Savann Murphy Beason, Diana Gray, Doug Bell, a.k.a. Steve Clary, and my Pokey pals, Amanda Sue Little, Amanda S. Little, and Julie Regot. So those are the Shin Show shout outs. I'm sure that I could probably put Bill Rogers in there. Let's try that. Wake up, comma, Bill Rogers, comma, Jamie O'Driscoll. Go to sleep. Okay, yeah. Jamie O'Driscoll and Bill Rogers. They go in there too. You know what? Probably ought to put Lori Moore in there too. Definitely. Wake up, comma, Lori Taylor, a.k.a. Thumper. Correct number. Thumper. Correct that. Thumper. Correct that. Spell that. Backspace. Cap T. H. Backspace. Captingo. Choose one. Go to sleep. All right, there we go. I just wanted to get that fixed up and positioned properly because you know how that goes. You don't want to leave any of your friends out, especially if you got them. You know what I'm saying. All right. Anyway, it's one of those things you just don't want to do it. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. I was trying to share this like I normally do, but it wasn't going to let me share. So, all of those of you out there that rely on me Well, hello and how are you? Hey, this is Shen Briscoe. You are on the air. Can I help you? Well, apparently they didn't want to talk. Must have been a sales call or something. You know how it is. Them people just don't want to talk to you. Maybe they'll call me back later. I'm serious. They might. Then again, they might not. But you know how it is. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Because I like it, love it. How about anyway? Uh, I digress. The reason I go to sleep, I got kicked off yesterday, is because I played some videos instead of singing, and so gone. I was trying to turn it into like a real radio station or a real radio show, but it didn't work out. But even, speaking of real radio shows, um, the weather forecast for today is going to be brought to you by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Refreshing Word Fellowship Church is a non denominational Christian church which is located at 2054 Campus Drive, right there in St. Charles, Missouri. So don't forget to come out to Refreshing Word Fellowship Church for your gospel Christian needs. Don't you know? That's what we're here for. 2054 Campus Drive. Hey, we've got Sunday services at 11 a.m. on Sundays. We've got Wednesday night Bible studies. We've got uh, Thursday night. Um, a Thursday day hour of power prayer between 1:30 and 2:30 in the afternoon. On that Wednesday Bible study, it's from 7 p.m. till whenever, I think 8 o'clock, 7 to 8. And then and this Saturday, we've got a meet and greet. So come on out to the meet and greet over at the Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. That's the place to be this Saturday, June the 18th. This Saturday, come on out to the meet and greet at Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Okay, here we go. Here's our Wednesday, the 15th weather forecast for the day. Plenty of sunshine, near record high temperatures of high temperatures of 99 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south to southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, partly cloudy with late night showers or thunderstorms. Could be potential for some very severe thunderstorms. Low temperatures of 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. What I'm going to do here is thunderstorms tonight. Storms may contain strong gusty winds. Also tomorrow night, same deal. So that was for today's weather forecast. Partly to mostly cloudy and hot for Thursday, June the 16th. It's going to be hot and humid. High temperatures of 99 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudiness, partial cloudiness early with scattered showers and thunderstorms later on during the night. Storms may contain strong gusty winds with low temperatures of 74 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Winds will be west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. And then for Friday, June the 17th, intervals of clouds and sunshine. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High temperatures of 93 degrees Fahrenheit, winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies with low temperatures of 66 degrees Fahrenheit, winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Saturday, our special day for the church, Saturday, June the 18th, Sunny skies with highs only at 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Good time to come out, see the fire trucks, and grab a hot dog, some chips, and soda, and maybe a balloon or some uh, kiddie games. Come on out, bring the kids, have a good time. Anyway, clear skies overnight with low temperatures of 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Sunday, June the 19th, I'll see you out at my church at the Refreshing Word Fellowship Church again. Mainly sunny skies with high temperatures of 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear to um, clear skies with low temperatures of 70 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Winds will be south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Monday, our fifth and final day for our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles Community area. Back up there, that's right, back up there. Mainly sunny skies with the high temperatures near 100 degrees Fahrenheit. South to southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with low temperatures of 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that, my friends, has concluded your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Yeah, I didn't get to invite anybody to come and chat, so ain't nobody gonna be there. Nobody cares for me. Ain't nobody. Just a gigolo, and that is all I know. And life goes on without me. Because I ain't got nobody. Nobody cares for me. Nobody. All right, hey, let's see. Looks like Jamie O'Driscoll. How about that? She gonna be she's gonna be our sponsor for our um, things going on here in town. Our events, And speaking of events, Jamie O'Driscoll has a Facebook page called Seasonal Wreaths by Jamie. And those seasons can include anything: football, hockey, baseball. You name the season, you name the sport. She can build you something that decorations that are so cool. You might not even, you'd never even think, wow, somebody else should have thought of that. Well, she's the one that did. She's got them, boy. She's quite the crafty gal. So support her. Go on her Facebook page, Seasonal Reefs by Jamie, and check it out. Alrighty then. Hey, the music on Main Street is going to be coming down on the 15th. That would be today. So get on over there. It's 5 o'clock this afternoon. This evening, I should say, from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. down on North Main Street here at 100 Block. And join us the third Wednesday of each and every month, June through September, from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the 100 to 200 blocks of North Main Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Bring your lawn chairs to this free outdoor concert. Food and drink is available to purchase. Music this month is Serapis, the 40th anniversary of Serapis. So don't forget, come on down. Enjoy music on Main. Free concerts, don't you know? Alrighty then. Next up is the St. Charles Municipal Band, and they'll be playing on Thursday, which is the day after that. Tomorrow, that'd be tomorrow. And St. Charles Municipal Band concerts are every Thursday. They're kind of like the big band sound, I believe. They're at Frontier Park, 500 South Riverside Drive. You can visit their website page at, I think it's SCT, Municipal Band. But anyway, free concert, 7:30 p.m. in the park. Bring your lawn chair, blankets, family, and friends, and enjoy the outdoor concerts free to the public. Uh, and what else we got there? Next up, we'll have some events that are going to be brought to you today by um, the uh, refreshing, no, not refreshing, helping hands, thrift shop, and foster care closet. Is going to be sponsoring the next few events, and that will be on the 18th. Newtown Concert Series will be on the 18th at 7 p.m. Presented, please come and enjoy the Big Rigs from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. At the Newtown Amphitheater, which is located at 3312 Rue Royale, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. That's the Newtown Concert Series, June the 18th, 2022. They used to have a pre-schedule of all the concerts that they were going to have and when they were going to have them. But, and our last little thing that we're going to share today will be um, I'm going to try to find something. What's the next thing? It's free. Um, show me the music. Maybe. We'll see. Nope, that's a ticketed event. We ain't going to do none of that. All right. Well, don't forget the other. Oh, there you go. The other thing happening on the 18th, occurring on the 18th, is again Refreshing Word Fellowship meet and greet, located on 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. There's going to be all kinds of good times. Going to be having. Oh, and by the way, that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Right over there on Campus Drive, and there'd be fire trucks out there, face painting, maybe face painting. I'm not sure. Duck drawings, uh, all kinds of games for the kids, and so come on out, check it out. Okay, all righty then, bring them. All right, let's see. How about a song? A song of the South. Sweet potato pie and shut my mouth. Song of the South. Sweet potato pie and shut my mouth. Song lyrics: The Bloody Swamp. Let's see. You don't want to go in the bloody swamp. Better not go at night. There's the things out there that'll grow your hair. Make a grown man cry from pride. Wouldn't believe until I found out for myself. Wouldn't believe it. The Lucius Swamp. Lucius Clay then gets up and walks around. Song lyrics: Lucius Clay gets up and walks around. Legend of Woolly Swamp. That's what it was. Woolly Swamp. All right, are you all ready for it? If you ever go back in the Woolly Swamp, the songs, you better not go at night. There's the things out there in the middle of the woods that'll make a strong man die for pride. There's the things out there crawling and things that fly in the air and things that creep around on the ground. And they say that the ghost of Lucius Clay, he gets up and he walks around. But I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't conceive it. I never would listen to nobody else. No, I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself that there's some things in this world you just can't explain. The old man lived in the woods, Woolly Swamp, way back in the gurgling woods, and he never did do a lot of harm. but he never did, and no good. People didn't think too much of him. They all thought that he acted funny. The old man didn't care about people anyway. All he cared about was his money. Well, he'd stuff it down in mason jars and he'd bury it all around. But on certain nights when the moon was bright, he'd dig it up out of the ground. Well, he'd pour it out on the floor of his shack and he'd run his fingers through it. And old Lucius Clay was a greedy old man, and that's all there was to it. But I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't conceive it. I never would listen to nobody else. No, I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself. Now, there's just some things in this world you can't explain. The old man lived in the woody swamp, way back in the gargling wood. And the Crichton boys were white trash, and they lived over on Purvis Creek. And they were real snakes in the grass and sneaky as a cat and belligerent when they'd speak. But one night, the oldest one brother said, "Y'all meet me in the woolly swamp later, and we'll go out and grab Lucius, and we'll grab his money, and we'll pitch him to the alligators." Well, they'll find the old man in the back of with a shovel in his hand and 13 rusty mason jars he had just dug up out of the sand. And they all went crazy and they'd beat the old man to death. And then they picked him up and they off the ground, and then they threw him in the swamp. And they stood there and they laughed till the black water sucked him down. Then they turned around and they went back to the shack and they picked up their money and ran. But they hadn't gone nowhere when they realized they were running in quicksand. And they struggled and they screamed, and they couldn't get away. No, that just before they went under, they could hear the old man's laughing in a voice that was loud as thunder. Now that's been 50 years ago, and if you go back in there again, there's a spot in the yard in the back of the shack where the ground is always wet. And on a certain night, so if the moon is right, and you're down by the dark footpath, you can hear three young men screaming, and you can hear that old man laugh. If you ever go back in the woody swamp, son, you better not go at night. Well, there's the things out there in the middle of them woods that'll make a strong man die for pride. There's the things out there that crawl, and then there's things that fly, and there's things that creep around on the ground. And they say the ghost of Lucius Clay, he gets up and he walks around. But I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't conceive it. I never would listen to nobody else, no, I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself that there's just some things in this world you can't explain. The old man lived in the woolly swamp, way back in the gurgling woods. There you go. Hey, that's one of them. All right, all right, all right, all right. Just you body power. Yeah, anyway, not getting much done. We got to sing a song. I got to sing a song. Well, this one I hope doesn't get bumped. Yesterday, my other one got bumped too. I had two of them bumped. I had the Bible with Briscoe bumped. Now, I don't understand why that one got bumped. There was no, breaches of, copyright issues bumped on that one. But, hey, it got bumped too. So, anyway, let's see what we got here. How's the bowsy? A story for the kids. How's that grab you? Let's see. We got Ernie. Whoops. Hey, get back over here. Shoom, shoom, shoom. All right, we're going to get rid of that. Oh, ba-doo-be-doo-doo. Okay. Ba-dum-ba, ba-doo-be-ba-ba. Wonder what that is. Dee-doo-ba-da-dee-ba. Ba-da-dee-dee-doo-boo. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Asa-ba-be-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-boo. Ba-da-be-da-ba. Ba-da-be-dee-boo. Ba-da-dee-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-dee-da-boo. Ba-da-be-ba-ba. A-hoop-a, 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 a-hoop-a. All right, we're going to go here. Ready, kids? Hey, kids, it's time for TV Grandpa. That's right, TV Grandpa is about to tell you a tale. Yes, that's right, he's about to tell a tale, but it's not a faithful ship that started in this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. Well, the mate, he was a mighty sailing man, and the skipper, he was brave and sure, and 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3 hour tour. Well, the weather, it started getting rough, and that tiny ship was tossed. And if it wasn't for the fear, or if it weren't for the, uh, if it weren't for the crew of the faithful ship, then if it weren't for the courage of the crew of the, then that minnow would be lost. Yes, that minnow would be lost. Well, the ship it struck shore on the shore of this enchanted desert isle, and um, there was people on there like this Gilligan and the skipper, Professor and Mary Ann, a millionaire, and his wife, and a movie star. Well, they settled on this island and they lived there for a while. Oh, good old. Uh, hmm, ouch. Good old, whatchamacallit. Can't figure it out. I haven't done it in quite a while. With the skipper to, well, they struck shore on the shore of this uncharted desert isle with Gilligan, the skipper to millionaire and his wife, a movie star, Professor Ed Marion, here on Gilligan's Isle. All right. Anyway, mm, Father Frost, Father Frost. Up, 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 beep, up, 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 but it do do do, biddy dee dee do. All right, hey kids, there we go. Hey, this here's TV Grandpa, and we're ready to get started with your TV story time. That's right. And so, without further ado, this is TV Grandpa. Hey kids, jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head. And TV Grandpa is going to lull you off to sleep with another little encouraging story. So here we go. Today we're going to do the Pied Piper of Hamlet, or Hamlin. Well, Hamlin Town is in Brunswick by famous Hanover City. Well, the River Weser, deep and wide, washes its walls on the southern side. A pleasant spot you never spied a more pleasant spot you never spied. But when begins my ditty? Almost 500 years ago, to see the townsfolk suffer so from vermin was a pity. That's rats. Yep, rats. They fought the dogs and killed the cats and bit the beetle, bit the babies in the cradles, and ate the cheese out of the vats. And they licked the soup from the cook's own ladle, split open the kegs, and salted sprats and made nests inside men's Sunday hats, and even spoiled the women's chats by drowning their speaking with shrieking and squeaking in 50 different sharps and flats. Well, at the last, the people in a body to the town hall come a flocking. 'Tis clear, cried they, our mayor's a naughty, and as for our corporation, shocking to think we buy gowns lined with ermine for dolts that can't or won't determine what is best to rid us of our vermin. To hope because you're old and obese, to find in the furry civic robe ease. Now rouse up, sirs, give your brains a racking to find the remedy that we're a lacking. Or as sure as fate, we'll send you a packing. At this, the mayor and corporation quaked with a mighty concentration. An hour they sat in council. At length, the mayor broke silence. For a guide, I'd my enemy gown sell. I wish I were a mill hence. It's easy to bid one rack on one's brain. It's easy to bid one rack one's brain. I'm sure my poor head aches again. I've scratched it so, and all in vain. Oh, for a trap, a trap, a trap. And just as he said this, what should hap? But at the chamber door, but a gentle tap. Bless us, cried the mayor. What is that? Well, the corporation, as he sat, looking a little through waterous fat, now brighter was his eyes, no moisture than to a long opened oyster, save when the when at noon his pouch grew metidious for a plate of turtle greens and glutinous. Only a scraping of shoes on the mat. Anything like the sound of a rat makes my heart go pit a pat. Come in, the mayor cried, looking bigger, and in did come a strange just figure. He was queer long coat His queer long coat from heel to head was half of yellow and half of red, and he himself was tall and thin, with sharp blue eyes, each like a pin, and a light, long, loose hair, yet swarthy skin, not tough on cheeks, nor beard on chin, but lips smile when out and in. There was no guessing his kith and kin, and nobody could even enough admire the tall man and his quaint attire. Quote one, it is it's as my great grandsire, starting up at the trump of noon's tone, he walked this way from his painted tombstone. His advice to the council table, and please your honor, said he, I am able, by means of secret charm, to draw out creatures living beneath the sun, that creep or swim or fly or run after me, and so as you never saw, and I chiefly use my charm on creatures that do people harm. The mole and the toad and the newt and the viper, and people call me the Pied Piper. And here they noticed around his neck a scarf of red and yellow stripe to match his coat of the self same hue. And at that, the scarf's end hung a pipe, and his fingers, they noticed, were every stir- staring as if impatient to be playing upon his pipe, as low it dangled over his bestial so old fangled. Yet, yes, yet, said he, poor piper as I am, in tardy I feed the charm. Last June, from his huge swarms of gnats, I eased in Asian in the Nazam of a monstrous brood of vampire bats. And as for what your brain bewilders, if I can rid your town of rats, will you give me 1,000 guilders? 150,000 was the exclamation, or the astonished mayor and corporation. Into the street the Pied Piper stepped, smiling first and a little smile, and as if he knew what magic slept in his quiet pipe the while. Then, like a musical adept, to blow the pipe with his lip he wrinkled, and green and blue his sharp eyes twinkled, like a candle flame where salt is sprinkled, and ere 3 shrill notes the pipe uttered, and you heard as if an army muttered. And the muttering grew to a grumbling, and the grumbling grew to a mighty rumbling, and out of the houses the rats came tumbling. Great rats, small rats, lean rats, brawny rats, brown rats, black rats, gray rats, tawny rats. They gave old plotters, gay young friskers, feather fathers, mothers, uncles, cousins, cocking tails, and prickling whiskers. Families of tens and dozens, brothers and sisters, husbands, wives, followed the piper for their lives. From street to street he piped advancing, and step for step they followed dancing, until they came to the river Wiser, wherein all plunged and perished, save one who stalked at Julius Caesar, swam across the and lived to carry, as he in the manuscript he cherished, to Ratland, home in his cemetery, his commentary. Well, which was at the first shrill note of the pipe, I heard a sound of scampering tripe, and pudding apples wondrous ripe in to a cedar press gripe, and a moving away of pickled tube boards, and leaving a jar of Converse cupboards, and a drawing the corks of train oil flasks, and a breaking the coops of butter casks. And it seemed as if a voice sweeter far than by harp or by pistolary is bothered, call out, O rats, rejoice. Well, the world is grown to one vast, dry, sultry, so much on, crunch on, take your luncheon, breakfast, supper, dinner, luncheon. And just as a bulky sugar puncheon, already starved like a great sun shone, glorious scarce an inch before me, just as mouth me thought I said, come bore me. I found the weather rolling over me, and you should have heard the Hamlet people ringing the bells till they rocked the steeple. Go, cried the mayor, and get long poles, poke out the nests, and block up the holes. Consult with carpenters and builders, and leave in our town no, not even a trace of the rats, when suddenly up the face of the piper perked in the marketplace with a with a first, if you please, my thousand guilliards. 1,000 guilliards. The mayor looked blue. So did the corporation too, for council dinners made rare havoc with claret, moselle, bindi, grabber, hockey, and half the money would replenish their cellar's biggest butt and replenish. To pay this sum to a wandering fellow with a gypsy's coat of red and yellow. Besides, quoth the mayor with a knowing wink, our business was down at the river's brink. We saw with our eyes the vermin sink, and what's dead can't come to life, I think. And so, friends, we're not to the folks to shrink from the duty of giving you something to drink, and a matter of money to put you in your poke. But as for the guilders, what we spoke of them, as you very well know, wasn't in joke. Besides, our losses have made us thrifty. 1,000 guilders, come take 50. The piper's face it fell, and as he cried, no trifling, I can't wait beside. I've promised to visit by my dinner time, bagged the except the prime of the head cook's pottage, all he's rich in, for having left in the Salafal's kitchen of a nest of scorpions no supervisor. With him I proved no bargain driver. With you, don't think I'll bet a stiver, and folks who put me in a passion my may find my pipe after another fashion. This is a long one. How? Cried the mayor. And do you think I am broke? Being worse treated than a cook, insulted by a lazy rabble, with idle pipe and vesture poldaddle. Uh, you, you threaten us, fellow. You do do your worst. Blow your pipe until you burst. Well, once more he stepped into the street, and to his lips again laid his long pipe of smooth, straight cane, and ere he blew 3 notes again, such sweet, soft notes as yet musicians cunning never gave the enrapture air, and there was a rustling that seemed like a bustling of merry crowds justling and pitching and hustling. Small feet were pattering, wooden shoes clattering, little hands clapping and little tongues chatting, and like fowls in a farmyard when is scattering, when barley is scattering, out come the children a running, all the little boys and girls, with rosy cheeks and flaxen curls, and sparkling eyes and teeth like pearls, tripping, whoops, tripping and skipping, ran merrily after, quit it, the wonderful music with sound and laughter. Well, the mayor was dumb, and the council stood as if they were charged in blocks of wood, unable to move a step or cry to the children merrily skipping by, could only follow with their eye that joyous crowd of the pipers back. But how the mayor was on the rack, and the wretched council's bosom beat as the piper turned from the high street to where the Weser rolled its waters right in the way of their sons and their daughters. However, he turned from south to west into Kopelingberg Hill, his steps addressed, and after him the children pressed. Great was the joy in every breast. He never can cross that mighty top. He's forced to let the piping drop, and we shall see our children stop. When lo, as they reached the mountain air, when lo, as they reached the mountainside, a wonderful portal opened wide, as if a cavern was suddenly hollowed, and the piper advanced, and the children followed. And when all were in the vast last, the door in the mountain slid shut fast. Did I say all? No, one was lame. He could not dance the whole of the way. And in after years, if you would blame his sadness, he was used to say, it's dull in our town since my playmates left. I can't forget that I'm bereft of all the pleasant sights they see, which the piper also promised me. For he led us, he said, to a joyous land, joining the town and just at hand, where waters gushed and fruit trees grew, and flowers put forth a fiery hue, and everything was strange and new. The sparrows were brighter, and the peacocks too. The peacocks here, and their dogs outrun our fellow deer. And the honey bees had lost their stingers, and horses were born with eagle's wings. And just as I become assured my last foot would be speedily cured, the music stopped and I stood still and found myself outside the hill, left alone against my will to go now limping as before and never hear out in that country more. Alas for Hamlin, there came into many a bower's plate pate a text which says, "The heaven's gate opens to the rich at the easy rate, as the needle's eye takes a camel in. The mayor sent east, west, north, and south to offer the piper by word of mouth. Wherever it was man's lot to find him silver and gold to his heart content, if he'd only return the way he went, and bring the children behind him. But when they saw 'twas a lost endeavor, the piper and dancers were gone forever. They made a dance that lawyers never should think, their records dated duly, at if after the day of the month and year these words did not as well appear as long after what had happened here. On the 22nd of July, 1376, and the better is memory to fix. The place of the children's last resent, they called it the Pied Piper Street, and where any one playing a pipe on pipe or timbre was sure for the future to lose his labor, nor suffered they hostelry or tavern to shock with Martin and street so Solomon, but opposite the place of the cavern they wrote the story on a column, and on the great church window painted the same to make the world acquainted how their children were stolen away, and that there it stands to this very day. And I must not omit to say that in Transylvania there's a tribe of alien people that ascribe the outlandish ways and dress on which their neighbors lay such stress. And if their fathers and mothers having risen out of some subterraneous prison into which they were tapped long time ago in a mighty band out of Hamlet town in Brunswick land, but how or why they do not understand. So, Willie, let me and you be wipers of scores out with all men, especially pipers. And whether they pipe for us free from rats or from mice, if we promise them aught, let us keep our promise. Okay, there you have it. That was TV time with TV Grandpa. Story time with TV Grandpa. And now it's time to do the Daily Bread portion of the program. And the Daily Bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2022. The Bible with Briscoe 2022 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2022 will be Nehemiah 1 through 3 and Acts 2 1 through 21. Father, yeah. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2022 for your daily reading of the Bible. Alrighty then, let's see. Investigating in others. Investing, not investigating, but investing in others is the devotion in the daily bread today. In our scriptures and insights, so we don't get flagged for another whatchamacallit, what is the other thing called? Breach of copyright issues. Today's scriptures and insights will be Luke 16, 1 through 12. So here we go. Luke 16, 1 through 12. The parable of the shrewd manager. And here we go. Jesus told his disciples there was a rich man whose manager was accused of wasting his possessions. And so he called him in and he asked him, "What is this I hear about you giving an account of your management because you cannot be manager any longer?" Well, the manager said to himself, "What shall I do now? My master is taking away my job. I am not strong enough to dig, and I am ashamed to beg. I know what I'll do, so that when I lose my job here, people will welcome me into their houses." And so he called in each one of his master's debtors. He asked the first, "How much do you owe my master?" 900 gallons of olive oil, he replied. The manager told him, "Take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 450." And then he asked the second, "And how much do you owe?" 1,000 bushels of wheat, he replied. He told him, "Take your bill and make it 800." And then the master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are the people of the light. I tell you, worldly use worldly wealth to gain friends for yourself, so that when it is gone, you will be welcomed into eternal dwelling. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will always be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? There you have it. That was Luke 16, 1 through 12, investing in others. Which concludes your daily bread portion of the program today, which was brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2022. The Bible with Briscoe 2022 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2022 for your daily reading of the Bible. Alrighty, my friends. Hey, that's the Shin Show in the nutshell, or the Nut on the Shin Show, whichever way it goes. Anyway, I got one more song for you, and it goes like this. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shin Show. And as always, you know, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see us tomorrow because, well, hey, we'll be here. And we hope that you are 2.